Alright guys, hopefully we can hear me with like the AC and other stuff going on, but like we're gonna be working more than 12 hours today. I was originally supposed to work from like opening till 2 p.m., which for me is like around 7:30 to like 2 p.m. However many hours that is, 6 hours, 6.5, or a little more than that. But then like while I was already here like at work, I got a text message that like, oh, the person who's supposed to like replace you at 2 p.m. is sick, she can't make it, so can you work till closing? And so I was like, you know what, I'm not really gonna do anything else today, so you know what, might as well. So now I'm gonna be working from like about 7:30 to closing, which is at 8 p.m. But then it takes me about an hour to cook, so I end up like actually finishing around like 9 p.m. ish. So from like 7:30 to like 9 p.m. that's more than 12 hours. That's like what, 13, 14-ish hours. So I'm basically working from opening to closing, and I've only done that once before, which is on a Sunday, which is when we already have like reduced like operating hours. Like instead of closing at 8, we close at like 6 p.m. And like the last time I did work like a Sunday, like full day on Sunday, I also didn't have to come like in as early, like 7:30 as like I did today, because like I didn't at the time I didn't know how to open. So like my boss came in like first, and then like she did like the usual stuff, like I don't know, baking the bread, counting the register. And I just came in like at a normal time and like did my stuff. And that shift felt kind of short. Because like Sundays are really busy anyways. And it's Saturday, and I don't know what Saturdays are really like. Like it's been a while, or like I don't really keep track of like days of the week anymore. Because like to me almost every day feels mostly the same. But anyways, I originally wasn't gonna record because like normally, normal work day or whatever, but then like now that's gonna be like a full work day, open to close, I'm like gonna record. Like if I recorded earlier, I could show you guys like me making bread, like Papa's, like those Papa games, like on school math games, like the Papa game style. So I baked cookies already because like they don't have to they don't need to like proof the way that the breads need to proof. So like how you put bread in the proofer, then like they rise up and they put in the oven. For the cookies, you take it straight from the freezer, then you put it in the oven basically. So I made some cookies, and I take pride in my cookies, because mine are the ones that are lighter. Because me, I used to love baking so much, like baking sweet treats and whatnot, but then like it's like finding people to eat them, or even like when people do eat them, they like complain about the way they're like, oh, you're making me fat because like, you're making so much, fattening type of food, sweet treats. So yeah, kind of stopped because of that. Because I'm finally making bread, and like I also take pride in my bread, because so far as like baking and whatnot. Because I had this one in for like an extra few minutes, because like the bottom row of the oven didn't quite receive like the same type of heat as like the top row. So like the top row is the one I took out first, the one that's already like this golden brown. But then like this one was at the bottom row, so it wasn't like that same shade yet. So I was like, okay, let me leave it inside the oven until like the oven off. It's not actively like actually cooking, but like let me leave it for a few more minutes, and like now we actually are at that proper golden brown color. And I still have more bread to make in the oven, so I'm not gonna turn that off yet. I have the ones that are in here, which are pretty much ready to go in. I have herbs and cheese and wheat bread, which I'm about to put in here. So I sprinkle some cheese on the bread and put in here, then put the wheat in here. I am so glad that we got a new AC just last summer, because like last summer, like when we were in between, like in that moment we're like we're working and we're getting a new AC and whatnot, because like the old one isn't working as well anymore. Like it was hot at the moment. Mind you, I wasn't even here in the morning like actually making the bread. When we're making the bread with the oven on, because it's like hot. So here this is in the morning with no ovens on and whatnot, and like it is pretty warm. I'm not even wearing a long sleeve underneath like I usually do. So I'm so happy that we got a new AC. Hesitant to like actually record, because I feel like I'm gonna find out that there are some unspoken rules about why I should and shouldn't be recording. Because look at the solo shift, like I'm the only one here and we'll be here like all day with like employees or co-workers. So it's not like how other people have like their fun work shifts, right? And then like they have their other co-workers, and like they like show their other co-workers in the vlog, kind of like the Office type of episode. I've never watched The Office, by the way, but people say because like they film like in the title, they're like, oh, work vlog, like film like The Office style. Then I'm just washing dishes now, because like in the morning, what the morning person does is that we change the containers of like the food that's out in the front. So yeah, this isn't all of it, of course, because like I just don't want to like overly load up the sink. So like I do some of it, right? Then I clean it, then I do some more, then I clean, and I do the rest, and I clean, that kind of setup. Also because like it makes it seem like more manageable if I break it to like bite-sized chunks rather than having to clean like all the containers at once. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. When I'm not recording, what I'm doing is listening to classical music. Normally I listen to my radio music, or like even listen to my own playlist. Like I've been kind of tired of it lately, so I've just been listening to classical music because it's classical music that I can keep it on while serving the customer, so it's like not too loud, nor distracting. But yeah, I'm just cleaning some dishes for now. The dishes aren't too bad. I know there's something you always have to clean because like people are like, oh, like eat the dishes. But for me personally, it's not too bad. Kind of like chill. It's not like the type of dishes I was cleaning at home that are like really greasy or whatever. Also, it's about 10 a.m. right now. Also, since it's just me, I can low-key take like all day to do my tasks. Like, you know, the stuff I'm supposed to do like before leaving. Like, if I were to leave at 2 p.m. like everything's supposed to. Like, I'm supposed to like prep some veggies, some of the meat, that kind of stuff. I can like, you know, take all day to do it. Doing it all day anyways. I'm looking to try and get it done early in the morning or like whenever I can, so that way, like just to be free, you know, so I'm not like, oh, I still have to do this later on. Like, you know, just get it done so I can kind of like chill for a bit and whatnot. Alright, it's 10:30, so now I'm removing the bread I made, you know, earlier. I'm removing the bread from like the black bread foam, and I'm putting it, you know, onto like the normal aluminum pan. So this is just my normal Italian bread, you know, so I have a nice golden brown color, mostly even shape. And yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for like maybe like half hour-ish to maybe 1 hour, because I do expect to be interrupted by like customers coming in and ordering food. Anyways, after that, I gotta clean the bread from the black stuff that they're on. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it's a bit of a bother, or like I have to clean them. Especially the ones that I make like herb and cheese in, because like the cheese from it sometimes like sticks onto the black bread from it, and it's kind of hard to clean. But you know what, gotta do what we gotta do. Alright, it's almost 12:30. I hope you can hear me, because like with how loud it is over here, I'm like, oh no. So like I'm not gonna do much talking. I just wanna let you guys know that now that the silver and oven have cooled down, I'm gonna clean them. Alright, so I have to make the tray, like this type of tray of tomatoes. So that's what I'm about to do. So I have my setup, you know, I have the tomatoes out, I have the like the cutting machine, and I just have to like write the like the date, my initials, the time. Sometimes I write the full name tomatoes, all the time I just abbreviate it with Tom, because we all know what I'm talking about, tomatoes. But before I do that, like before I forget, I want to write down like how much bread I took out, like, you know, white bread, whole wheat bread, that kind of stuff from the freezer. So I'm gonna do that right now. But it's still working for me. It's like I locally like jump around with like my house. Like I'll start doing something regular, like I remember something else, like I do it. Like I go back to like what I was doing before. That's kind of funny. Alright, like let me cut a couple tomatoes on camera at normal speed, and then like the rest I'll probably do like a time lapse to like speed it up. Like, you know, first, you know, gotta take the tomato. We use like this type of tool to core out like the like this part, the stem, whatever it's called. So like that's a yucky part. So we take that out. I also have a garbage that's right next to it, so I can just dump it out. So what some people do is that like they kind of like core it out first. Like they core out like a bunch of tomatoes first, right? And then like they slice it. So that's how I kind of do. I don't mix a full stack, also like doing one at a time, and then like putting it in the machine, and then doing that. But just for purposes of the video, I'm gonna do like the one at a time kind of method. So tomato, look at the core, put it upside down, like on the opposite side, kind of like center it, so go through like this side of the slicer, because it feels like more sharper than this part. There's a handheld tool part here. And just like push with force, like get the tomato to come out sliced. There we go. So we're gonna discard like this top piece, or like, not the top, either the top, the bottom piece, where like it's like the opposite side of the stem, and also like the absolute top part, the one like this first slice that comes like after over here, right? This part that's like not too aesthetically pleasing, so get rid of those two parts. And then I'm gonna put these sliced tomatoes into the container. Then I'll continue doing that for, you know, till I'm actually doing two containers instead of just one. So this is one container here. Then I'm putting the tomatoes in right now, and the second one. So I'm just gonna do that till like the containers are like, you know, mostly filled. It's 1:45 p.m. So I'm currently eating food I brought from home. It's couscous and black-eyed peas and some kind of sauce. My mom made it, so like, I wasn't there to see it because it's something new that she normally doesn't make. So I don't know exactly know like what's in it in terms of the sauce. But anyways, I'm also like doing stuff I'm remembering to do. So I'm like gonna take like a full break. Because I was eating, right? I'm like, oh, I meant to fill up the mayo, or like, oh, I forgot to bring some chips up to the front. So yeah, that's how my break goes basically. Or even if a customer comes in, I have to stop eating and take care of him because I'm the only one here. Who else will take care of the customer if I don't?